So I like blew up like a 10-year relationship, and my whole family and all my friends were like, "What is going on here?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna join this reggae band," and they were like, "Okay, all right."
Hey there, Sugarshack fam, and welcome to another episode of the Sugarshack podcast. We have a super special treat for you today. We are sitting down with Chris and Logan from Artikal Sound System.
Thank you for having us.
Can we just give it up? Audience, yeah.
This is cool.
Before we jump in, though, we want to give a special thanks and shout out to Traeger Grills, who has generously given us an Ironwood 885. We've been cooking on this thing nonstop. We love it. Thank you, Traeger Grills, for making this night amazing and future ones to come. Excited to have you guys here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Here.
Thanks for coming
This
and
is
making
cool.
the drive. You guys are based a little outside of Miami, we were saying earlier.
Yeah. We're a little bit north of Miami, like between West Palm and Miami. Yeah.
Are you guys Floridians, born and raised? No. Yes?
I am.
You are.
I'm a born and raised Floridian. Chris
I'm
is
not.
a transplant.
I know.
But how long have you been here?
Most of my life.
Long enough.
So
Long
Yeah.
enough.
you get
You know.
grafted in.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah. He's
grafted
grafted in.
What part of Florida were you born in?
I was born in Delray, so like
Okay.
where we still live now. I've moved around a bit, but the ocean always just sucks me right back, to the same spot. It does. It calls
Moana?
me.
You Moana
And now the
fans?
band I could never
love
leave.
Moana.
I have a 4-year-old and Moana. I've seen Moana so many times.
Do not go past that reef, dude.
Don't do it, but you have to because it calls you. Anyways.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You're like, I've never seen Moana.
He has a 4-year-old and I am one, so
Yeah, fair enough.
It's awesome. Well, yeah, we're stoked to have you guys here. Thank you for making
We're
the
stoked to
drive.
have you here.
Yeah, I'm stoked to be here.
I told Bryce I'm gonna
It's-
flip this thing around. I'm
Yeah.
gonna start asking him some stuff
I would
here. I'm
like
gonna
it because,
sneak up on him.
sometimes I'm like, I got to ask the next question. And I'm like, what's the next question?
And we're gonna keep this thing rolling together.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
It's been a great day. It's been a great day here. I'm doing
Yeah.
well. Thank you
Yes.
for asking.
Did I ask?
You didn't, but
We're not running.
Sorry.
you said you were asking questions.
I got
so
no
just
manners.
figured-
No manners. All right. No, it's
No, we've had a great day. I mean, filmed an awesome podcast this morning. Filmed an incredible session today with Eric Swanson. That show was fire. Is Eric still around? Did he bounce or
he snuck away.
he snuck away? Yeah, man, it was so good. It was a great session. And then you guys did it on the spot.
We did.
I know. I'm pretty
Good.
excited. That was fun.
It was a really good, really
Last
good
time we
song.
tried to shoot an on the spot, Eddie and the fellas really graciously got us this gig playing like this stand-up paddleboard scavenger hunt in Port Canaveral.
Wow.
It was really cool. We went out, right? Wasn't that Rose?
What's the name of the? I
Well,
don't know.
is
It
that
was a
right?
desert island out here in the Gulf Coast. Cape Romano.
Cape Romano.
Romano.
Not wherever I said. And it was cool. We like had to go out by boat. All of our gear came back like so sandy, but we were super stoked. We were like, all right, we're gonna do a version one of our songs. And since it was on the spot, we couldn't have anything plugged in. And we were like, Kopp, like you should play the glockenspiel instead of like a melodica or something. And Fabian was like, no, it's gonna mess up the mix. And we were like, you don't know anything. And then they came back and they're like, sorry guys, the glockenspiel messed up the mix. So nobody's
Damn,
ever seen
no
that.
Glockenspiel.
So this is going to be hopefully our first successful on the spot.
I would say so.
Yeah.
It's really good.
We are still scraping the sand out of our gear from that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's so funny. I know you guys are up to a lot right now. You're doing a lot. Can you share? I mean, a lot of people that are going to be tuning in follow you guys, but what are you up to right now?
So we're about to hit the road with Bumpin' Uglies. We leave Monday, so that's 4 days from now.
Very soon.
It's very soon. We're really excited. We love Bumpin' Uglies, and we have a great time with those guys. Joey Harcum's coming too, and we're doing kind of like Colorado, West Coast, into like Arizona and Texas, and then what happens next? Then we do Reggae Rise Up,
Yep.
which we're super
That's
psyched about. We
right.
haven't played that since 2019,
Okay.
and that was like a coming of age moment and also Fabian's bachelor party. That was a really fun night for us. So we're excited to go back to St. Pete and do that. And it feels like we have a bunch of friends there in St. Pete, so that'll be exciting. And
I think we're gonna spend the whole year just driving around the country, playing music.
Yeah.
It's what it's looking like.
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah,
Which is exciting. I mean, I know that's a lot of work, but it's exciting to
Oh, we love it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but we love it.
Yeah.
It's like a several month long sleepover with your best friends. There's not a ton of showers. It's not like great quality sleep.
Festival living. It's festival living.
Yeah, but
right?
it is like it's the most like if you get a chance to. I mean, this is great. But if someone asks you to join their reggae band and go live in a van with them, you should go.
You should do
I
it.
think we're trying
You
to do
should go.
something like that, aren't we? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We'd like to do that. We would like to see
Sugarshack's
that
hitting the
happen.
road?
Yeah.
Sugarshack on the road. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways.
All right, I like
We
this.
can't really talk about these things yet, can we? All right.
All right.
Oh.
You
We
heard
can sneak
here
it out of 'em.
first.
Yeah.
And you've got a new record coming out.
Yes.
Welcome to Florida.
Yeah, we're really. This is our first full length. So we
Okay.
have our EP Time, and that's awesome. And like the themes there with the songs are like a little broader and more general. And then Welcome to Florida is our first full length, and it feels like more intimate. It feels kind of like sharing my diary pages. And the boys were, generous enough to kind of humor me with some of like the heartache and stuff that I wanted to share here. And I think we're all really excited. I think like we're kind of like honing in on a new sound, and it feels really intimate, and I'm just really pumped. We've got like some cool features on it too. We've got another song coming out next week with Little Stranger, and those guys are some of our favorites.
Yeah. Awesome.
So it just feels like such an honor. We got to work with Danny Kalb on the production. We got to work with Controlled Substance Sound Labs on the label side of things, and they've been awesome. Our manager Elliot has taken great care of us, and all the artists that we got to work with making the album. It just feels like, a dream come true that I mean, not to sound trite, but it just feels really awesome that we were able to make this and to like bring something. A lot of artists got to make awesome art during the pandemic, and this is what our offering is from that time. So I'm really excited to share it.
Rad. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I can't believe you asked us what we're up to and we weren't like, we have an album coming out next month because we're so
there's so
freaking
much-
excited about it. It's so crazy. We've just
Yeah.
been working on it so
There's a
long.
lot going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Well, I would love to spend some time to get to know you guys better. I mean, I know we do the cameras and the mics and all of that, but just Bryce to Chris and Logan.
Right.
So you want us to get rid of the mics?
Yeah, right. Just like strip it all down. Like, no, we can't use it. No, I'd love to hear just both of your stories in some ways, like what you're comfortable sharing, like what's brought you to this point. I mean, both coming from different angles and how you joined Artikal and where you're headed, and just how you discovered the family kind of system that you're in now with the band, and
All right.
Wanna
just love
kick
to
it
hear your
off?
story. I want to get to know you.
All right. I mean, I don't know where to.
When I was 4 years
Yeah,
old.
when I was
no,
4 years
I
old.
mean,
No, I mean, I sang in church and stuff when I was little, and I was kind of on track. I had done some things. I had been like, I had a record store that I ran for a little bit. I like grew weed out in California for a little bit.
Nice.
And then I was like kind of on this trajectory. I was gonna like be like a housewife basically. I was like dating this guy I was with for a long time. And then when I started playing a little bit more music and linked up with these guys, it kind of felt like, oh, I'm ready to bust loose. Like, I'm not ready to go out to pasture just yet. And I'm trying to bust loose and make some music with these cats. And
it's good when it pulls you that strong. You're like, if I don't follow that,
Yeah.
then I know for the rest of my life I've made a big
so I
mistake.
blew my whole life up. And I blew up
Get
like
the
this.
fuck out,
This
you
like
too.
No, she's telling the
this-
truth. I saw
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, get this shit over here. I blew my life up too. This is great.
It's a
All right,
good, like-
let's go. Here we go.
Yeah, and we're gonna
Blowing
dive
it up,
into
and
that.
then we're rebuilding it.
Yes.
So
We had
here
to
we
kind
go.
of like dismantle a little bit. So I like blew up like a 10-year relationship, and my whole family and all my friends were like, "What is going on here?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna join this reggae band," and they were like, "Okay, all right." And I was like, "There was touch and go. I was like homeless at points, and like living on
Wow.
couches, living in the van." And these guys, like, I mean, I really didn't know them very well at all, and like became like family to me, and we're just like such wonderful people, and it felt so good playing music and like writing music for the first time that I was like, all right, this feels right. I kind of just followed my nose there, and everything has been pretty stellar since. I would say if something calls you to blow your life up, that you should do it because it'll probably go all right.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, hindsight's always 20/20. I think it's like the idea of if you're really like, for me, I was just living this shell of an existence. Like I didn't even know who I really was. Not now. You think you do at the time. But
Yeah, of course.
it's just like I was just so emotionless and just kind of miserable. And then all of like the escape, like you just know. And I think it's some of that like escaping from the pain that you feel like you're in is what starts to lead you to some of those like situations where you're like, this is not working. This is not right. You know, and then you start digging and you start sifting through those uncomfortable feelings and then you start finding stuff and you're like, all right, well now I either choose to deal with it or ignore it, but I know that doesn't work, so I guess I just have to start dealing with it.
Yeah, you like start shining a little bit of light on things.
Yeah, and then you're like,
oh,
more
shit.
is exposed.
Like I know it's just gonna all unravel now, but it has to.
It's Pandora's box for sure. You
Yeah.
know? But yeah, once you're in that mode and you just there's a deep knowing.
Yes.
That you just say, I don't know how bad it's going to get, but I know I have to go through it. And but there's this component that every step, even though every day is like really bad, like it was really, really nasty and you're in the middle of like your whole life's a mess around you and relationships for me, like a divorce and like breaking, I worked for my parents and just my whole family system coming apart and I don't know, all of that crazy stuff happening every day. When it's that bad though, like there's still something deep inside of me that knew like I'm moving in the right direction and I just have to keep moving. And then there would be these pockets of like, this is me. Like I'm coming alive now. Like, oh, I didn't even know I could feel this way, type of a thing.
Can you give us a little context and the viewers a little a little context for
I
what
I dumped, huh? Like, whoa! You just asked the questions.
We're like a couple minutes in.
Nobody asks me questions.
Yeah, well now we're doing it.
Is.
So tell them at home what it was that you had to blow your life up from, and then what was the light that you followed? Like what was the thing that made it seem worth it on the other side to like follow?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you want the answer.
I do.
I don't know if the viewers want it. It's not a popular answer, but
All right.
okay.
We came here to be authentic.
Yeah,
that's what we're
that's
doing
true.
in
Yeah,
2022. Sincerity.
You know, I think I grew up. It starts in my family system, and I think you mentioned you grew up in church.
Yeah,
you know,
I did.
And so I grew up in the church world, and that's all I ever knew. My dad was a pastor ever since I was walking and had memory and all of that, and so I lived in the church world. Like that was it, that microcosm. We were talking about that earlier, that it creates this kind of like, there's this like little hub, this little bubble. Like that was my world. That was my little microcosm of a world. And I just grew up, I was raised in that.
Okay.
And then I went to school for it. And then my first job was working back at, my home church, and grew just all along the way with it. So that was like all I ever knew, but it wasn't who I was meant to be. Faith aside, like we're not talking about
faith
like
is
all of that,
thing.
but it wasn't who I was meant to be. I wasn't wired. I wasn't designed to be a pastor, but I was in that role. I was in that career path because I thought that that's what I wanted, and I thought that's who I was, but I had never really had the freedom or was given the space to really explore other options, And when I was a teenager, 15, at 14, I was already singing and songwriting, and so I had bands and I was doing it, but my life took a different direction, and then, I stepped into an adult world and I embraced that like career as a pastor, and then I think there was a stretch where I didn't pick up a guitar. They sat in storage for 6 years,
No.
It's tragic.
I know.
Tragic,
I
know,
know.
and then, I don't know, and then when I started, going to therapy, it was like Hurricane Irma hit. And we had done it was like a week straight of service. Like we were 16, 18-hour days. We were getting food in communities. We were cutting trees down, and it was amazing work, but it was so exhausting. It had pushed me over that burnout level. And then I remember like day 8, it just went dead quiet. And there was the work was done. Like Red Cross had moved in and it was over. And I remember just sitting on my sofa, and I was like, well, who am I? What's happening? I just had hit crisis mode. And I started going to therapy, and then, the light and the Pandora's box and...
Okay. I mean, it sounds like the exhaustion from all that, and then it's perfect that it coincided with this hurricane, because it brought this hurricane into your life,
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's poetic.
step further, I go through this 3-year healing journey, you know,
Okay.
where now I'm on the other side of a lot of stuff, and I feel like I'm finally myself for the first time in my life, or at least my adult life. And we just got back from a music festival
Okay.
that celebrates the hurricane ending season. And so I was able to be with Sugarshack, back in my element, you know, in the music industry, hearing bands record and hearing some of my favorite artists perform. And I'm there, and it's, you know, this full circle 3 years later. This, you know, now we're celebrating what triggered all this turmoil. Now ends in this celebration of.
That was like your rebirth, man. That's
Yeah.
very cool. You
Yeah.
should be really grateful for hurricane season.
Yeah, right.
I'm
we
gonna think
wouldn't
of
be
you every
here.
time a hurricane, you know, because Hurricane Irma, it was a little scary Hurricane Irma.
Yeah.
We had to board up the houses and the whole stuff, and
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, like, we didn't get hit, like, I mean, I know pockets in Bonita, some parts were really bad here in Bonita, like flooding, it was more of like, the trauma for me was those, like, super long days. Not trauma, but just that exhaustion.
working so much, yeah.
working. And I was already in a bad spot leading up to it, you know.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. So it's been a crazy journey for me. You know?
Dude, thank you for sharing that. 'Cause
Yeah.
this is cool.
Yeah.
I feel like you're like a crucial part of the Sugarshack team, and you're here like asking everybody all the stuff. So it's important that we know where the questions are coming from.
Yeah.
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 And it's really cool, you know, when I do open up with like other band members, or I know I did a little bit with other crew at like Rise Up. It's crazy, but there are a lot of us that have this kind of story.
Absolutely.
You know? And
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't talk about it a lot, but we should.
I think like to be like after a certain age to still be pursuing your passions. I think like it's like a certain kind of person who does it, and you have like those people are I think more prone to blowing their lives up.
Yeah.
You know, and and embracing a little bit of chaos maybe.
Yeah.
I
We
don't
should
know.
stop calling it blowing it up. We need like a more positive like way to frame
I don't
this
know,
thing.
man.
It's
I
like
felt like I was
really
probably,
fucked
like,
my life up.
Yeah.
yeah,
Big
yeah.
It's
time.
like a
but you
firework.
did, but
It
you
wasn't
did it.
dynamite.
I
It
did,
was
no,
like
no.
a
Nah,
cool
but you-
thing,
I'm
but-
tearing it all
Yeah.
down. I hate this. You know, it was destructive for sure.
Yeah.
all right,
It's
all
okay.
right.
Hey, how did you come on?
Like, I don't know.
Tell
I
us
don't
your
want to
origin
sugarcoat it for
story
you
now.
guys.
My origin story is very different. It's
Yeah, he's like, I had great family, great
Man,
parents.
anyways, yeah, I got given a guitar when I was 10, and since that day I've just been like hell bent on being a musician, and that's just pretty much it. I'm very lucky. My family's very supportive of what I do.
So great.
I've been desperately trying to make it as a musician, and somewhere along the lines, luckily Logan joined our band, and now we're in this scene, and we're sitting here doing podcasts with you cats, and I don't know. I could go on and on. I don't know. I just played music as a kid, and I just love it.
Yeah.
Chris
Yeah.
had a band called Stampede Movement, and they were crushing it. Fabian was in that band as well, our bass player.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they started Artikal.
And we would come over here, by the way, to Naples, and Eddie's band would play, and we were all just, you know, it was
Which
like...
I must have been in those, and we talk about this all the time because we're not that far up. I think you guys would have been a little older, but I was in those rooms.
Yeah, I would
And at
hope
those shows
so.
and Stuff. Yeah.
Damn, I hope
cool.
somebody was there.
But I remember, you know, and we were younger, but we were trying to follow those footsteps, and
Yeah.
it's crazy.
So I don't know. I've just had a wonderful musical path, and you know, I met Fabian, and we started playing music. He's probably my longest running musical companion of all time.
Wow.
Hell yeah, Fabes.
I think well over 10 years for sure.
Can we just give it up for Fabes for a
Yeah,
minute here?
he's here. He's here.
Come on.
There he is.
He's here. We love this man.
Experience the joy of growing your own citrus tree with Via Citrus. Via Citrus delivers Florida citrus trees directly from their family farm to you. They arrive to your door ready to grow right from the box. Whether you're looking to enhance your backyard, brighten up the office, or add something fresh to your apartment, Via Citrus connects you to the perfect tree. They can even thrive indoors, with repeat customers as far as Alaska. All you need is daily direct sunlight for 4 to 6 hours, and your tree can flourish inside. With 6 varieties available and more coming soon, Via Citrus trees are the perfect addition to your home. Order your citrus tree today with 3-day shipping by visiting viacitrus.com.
Without Fabian, we would just fall to pieces.
We'd
By
have
the way,
no money.
yeah,
He really makes sure we don't overspend.
he's not only
Yeah.
our bass player; he's our accountant.
Oh, it's an
Yes.
important role.
And our mechanic and our stage
Wow.
manager, and yeah, he does a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, he does like all of the other things.
Yes. Thank you,
But anyway,
baby.
yeah, so we were playing music and then, that band broke up and we made a new band and we went through a series of about 1 million different singers.
I think like 13, right?
It was a lot. It was a lot.
Lost count.
Yeah.
It was a lot of different singers, but we just kept doing it, you know what I mean? I was one of those singers. A dark moment for the band. And then it's a little embarrassing, but Fabian was like, hey, we should do this. We should bring this girl Logan to sing. My friend Logan can sing. And I was like, a girl in the band? I don't know, you know what I mean? And I was a
Joke's
singer
on
too,
you,
so I was like,
excited.
come on, man, I'm just a singer, you know? And anyways, so he had this idea to do this song Crave You, which is, we do have that song. It's a real story. If you go on our Spotify and you want to listen to our song Crave You, it is literally the first time that any of us played music together. Logan came
Yeah,
over
so nice.
to track the song Crave You because the idea was like, we're just going to make this song.
It's a cover of a song.
It's a cover of a Flight Facility song. And dude, she just murdered it. And I know that I left there and I was like, oh, shit. And then we were like playing some gigs and Logan would come and sing and like, it was just like instant, like the crowd response was just so different.
And we were just boys.
Yeah, it just literally like, I think from the day you came and sang in the studio, it was just like a done deal. It was just like,
Yeah.
We had a nice time. I was like really resistant. Fabian, I have like DMs from Fabian from like the band account being like, hey, you should. I was like neighbors with Fabes. I didn't really know him that well. We had like some mutual friends. I was playing in a band at the time called Eternal Boner.
yeah.
And you can imagine how seriously we took ourselves. And we had a killer time and it was really fun. And we did like some reggae stuff. And mostly it was just like us getting drunk and being like silly. But Artikal was like a band around town that I could like tell had their shit together. And like I could tell they were working on their branding. And they were like the only people playing shows out of town. And I just felt like this imposter. And when Fabian was asking me, I was like ghosting him because I was like, oh, like I'm not cool enough. And then one day I started feeling a little bit better about myself. I was like, all right, I'll come over and see what the deal is. And the boys were like so welcoming and so warm. And like, even though I didn't know what I was doing, I'd never really recorded anything before, it went well. These were nice cats. Adam held on the longest. Our drummer Adam for the longest. I mean, I think I was playing with you guys for like a year and a half before Adam was like, all right, you can be in the band. I was like on a trial period for like a year and a half. I was like, what are your other options? You don't even have anything. It's just me. So,
Yeah.
but it's been good.
It was like, you ghosted me on your guitar lesson too. We had many mutual friends. All right. We're just being honest on the podcast, dude.
Being honest
Whoa, a
on
lot
the
of gas
podcast.
out in the crowd from that. Whoa.
I'm a flake. I'm just I'm a flighty girl. I'm a flighty lady.
I like this story because even way before Fabian was like, oh, I have this friend that could come sing, my wife and I ran a music school for many years in the town we live in. And a friend of Logan's kept being like, yo, my friend, she sings so good. Look at these videos on Instagram. I'm like, yeah, she's awesome. That's cool. And then he's like, well, I bought her a guitar. So he bought her a guitar lesson, but he never came. So in a different world, we would have had a guitar lesson together. Yeah, before the band ever
If
formed.
it went any other way, it might not have gone this way.
I know.
So it's
fine.
good it went
It's all
Thank
good.
God I missed that guitar
We're
lesson.
just trying to get it all on the record. That's all.
Yeah, all right.
Just trying to plot out the points here.
Chris is an amazing guitar teacher, though.
Yeah.
Just so you all know.
Thanks.
Yes.
Good to know.
It's good to know. Yeah. All right, what's happening next?
How do you know? No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Come on, man. I'm trying to gas you up. You're throwing me
Pivot,
under the
Bryce,
bus.
pivot! Get me out of here, dude.
Damn.
No, that's awesome. I mean, honestly, I think we could move into doing some of our Q&A things because I know you have a lot and we have a lot. I
Yes.
feel like we could take a lot of time, and they're gonna spark a lot of stuff.
All right, let's go.
We're gonna go in different ways.
You
I
go with
love
yours
this.
first, because our fan base, I love them a lot. The people who get to us in our DMs on Instagram are some wild cats, and we know them intimately. And
We love it, yeah.
We love it so much. Like, just so you know.
This is great. So
Like,
you're saying
we
this
live
is good.
for
You're
this
hyping
shit.
this up.
Yeah,
You're
no, I
hyping-
know.
All right.
We're prepared
You go
for whatever's
first.
coming our
You
way.
go
That's what
first.
we're trying to say.
Yeah. But, like, the weirder the better. So let's start with...
Worst food you've ever eaten. Worst food?
Worst food you've
Weirdest
ever
food?
eaten.
Worst food you've ever eaten.
Worst
This is a great
food.
question. I've had some really bad food.
Fabian, you got anything?
Gas station chicken.
Oh, gas
The
station.
gas station
Fabian said
chicken
gas
sandwich.
station chicken.
Wherever we were on tour, and
Which time?
Is it like fried?
it was like white. It ended up just going straight into the garbage.
Oh,
Kopp got a chicken sandwich. And
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so we're really big. Like, normally, I don't even want to lie. Like, normally you can really trust a gas station chicken sandwich.
We've seen some good
They're
fried chicken.
normally
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
Normally,
Get
like
that
they're
shit
pretty
on a
fire.
Tuesday. Coming
yeah.
home from work, I'm like, gas station chicken sandwich. All right.
Adam, no hesitation. He will go for it every time. And then I guess like Kopp went for one, and like he lifted the bun, and it was just like white and this was recent, and it was like white and slimy underneath,
Yeah.
and like all of us gagged. He tossed it in the trash. That's probably the worst one. I'm gonna say.
That's a hard
Right?
question to answer. And I do want it to be known, we have a very strict no fast food policy
do.
in our band.
That's good.
And I'm just realizing as this conversation is popping up, as we head on the next tour, that the gas station food is certainly a gray area.
Don't. It's our loophole. Give it to us, man, because sometimes it's all we get.
All right.
But
Shit, if
also-
you pull that, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, like.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
I thought we
What are you
all
gonna
like
do?
kind of quietly decided to turn a blind eye.
Like I'm just saying, if there's like, if there's a fast food place in the gas station, is that fast food or is it gas
I get down
station?
on some DQ sometimes.
Sometimes we do. I do allow Dairy Queen French fries and stuff periodically.
DQ Grill.
Yeah.
Yes. And then also, Chris eats some terrible food sometimes because he is vegetarian, and then we'll be in these places
Oh, that's right. And
that there's
your
like no
are so
options, and
limited.
they'll be like, "Here's a bun with pickles," and he'll be
Oh,
like, "This
yeah.
is great."
We get into some rural spots.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what?
And
He's
they
a
don't
real
know
trooper.
nothing about that.
You'd think they'd have some great salad out by the farmlands, but no.
They're like, we got a hamburger, we got a cheeseburger, we got a hot dog.
And
they
I gotta
get
just say,
like agitated at you a little
They
bit.
do. Yeah. They're like, you're
it's
one
weird.
of those
Yeah.
people.
It's weird.
best food
Yeah.
is professors in Kansas.
Yes, I was gonna say I honestly can't answer the question, to be honest, of like the worst food
We eat some good food.
because I'm gonna say that we're pretty
No, let's flip it.
lucky cats, and
That
like if
question,
I'm gonna
very
flip
good
it, I'm gonna
question.
agree
Best
with
food you've
Logan.
eaten.
There's an amazing place in the middle of somewhere in Kansas called Professors, and if you find yourself there, you'll be very lucky.
She's
That's all
growing
I'm
the
gonna say.
mushrooms on site. She like keeps bees so that like the honey is fresh.
Wow.
It's like a converted church. Getting back to the theme we got going here.
Wow.
It's like a converted church. They got like a piano in there and stuff. It's amazing. It's so good.
It's unreal. Yeah.
Yeah. And just to plug
really
some
good.
stuff, you can always go to our website and buy us meals at artikalsoundsystem.com, and we
You
always
can.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So wait, tell me. So you can go on the website and just what is it? Just like a donation page, or is it actually like buy? how
It's
does
like
this
on
work?
our merch page, but like say like we bust a spring leaf on the
Yeah.
trailer, we like throw it up real. We'll be on the side of the highway, and Fabian,
Yeah.
God love him, is like spring leaf, and then people like Hyrie just bought us a spring leaf on our last run because we busted
Thank
it
you,
on the
Hyrie.
trailer.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Trish.
This is great to know. This is really good. information.
Tires, meals, hotel rooms, like we just put them up there, and it's like it has been incredible. Like our fans are the best, and they will buy us hotel rooms. They will like it's amazing.
We probably could qualify for a 401(c). Like I think.
What does that mean?
That's
Like
a
a charity?
nonprofit.
Okay,
yeah,
a
yeah.
nonprofit.
Yeah, like
Okay.
We are not profiting much, no. So.
Yeah.
No,
We're
no.
getting, but you're helping us get by.
Yes.
You're helping us not be stranded.
No, we've been real lucky
Yeah.
with that. That's been good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's awesome.
But if you want to help us, you could.
Yeah.
I'm just a shameless plugger. So
No, it's great because I think a lot of people love to support some of their favorite artists and bands, and they want to see you continue to do what you do. But there aren't always like the means, like that clear like road. You know, it's like probably would support more of my favorite artists that I always track if they had something that was like, you know.
Well,
I'll tell you.
I know
I'll tell you
Stranger
straight
does this
up.
too. They're like on the Instagram. They're like, "Yo, our band's broken.
Yes.
We need help."
Wait, they got that from us.
Somebody start a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'll tell you, we couldn't. Honestly, we couldn't do it. I don't think that we could do what we're doing without the support of our fans. They're the most wonderful
100%
people in the
yeah.
world, and they just. It's a tough world out there in what we're doing, and they just make it so much better for us.
So
yeah, like
you know.
aside from the streaming and everything else, like that the fans do. I mean, even just like the DMs are just like sometimes that's enough wind in the sails to keep going. But then when we, like when we're
Yeah.
down on our luck
It
on the
hits
side of the
different.
highway,
It hits different.
It's
yeah.
amazing. It's really, and they act fast too. I'm always like, shit. Like
Wow.
that was pretty quick. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
So thank you. We love y'all.
Fantastic. Wow.
Yeah.
Super cool.
It's fun stuff. You can sling us. We sell miles for 50 cents.
Yeah, you
if
can
you're
buy
just
us
if you're
just
trying, you
one
can
mile.
get a lot for your bang
Yeah.
for your buck there.
You guys
yeah.
got it figured out.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Anyway, enough about.
this is great. I love
You
it.
know.
But before we jump into more questions, I just wanted to pause and ask, like, take it in a different direction.
Yeah.
But I personally would love to hear the Sugarshack story from your perspective. Like, how did you meet the guys? How, like, we're all homies now.
Eddie.
I'm an instant homie now with you guys. So tell me the story from your perspective.
You wanna kick it
How'd
off?
you get here? How are we?
We got to talk about the
friends
shoulders
now?
too. Make sure we pepper that in. Right. Come on.
All right. Well, I'll kick it off. I mean, so we've been aware of the Sugarshack for a very long time because obviously it's, here in our neck of the woods. And it's just been amazing. And it was a long time goal of ours to get onto a Sugarshack at all. And when we got our first one, it was just the biggest freaking deal ever. I can tell you that we don't go anywhere and without at least one person approaching us and saying, I saw you guys on the Sugarshack.
Wow.
Like, and I really mean that. I'm not joking. Like, we can go to the farthest corner of this country and somebody will come up and be like, I saw you on Sugarshack.
Yeah, it's been absolutely crucial to our career.
Wow.
It's like the most heartwarming thing. I mean, I would imagine you guys have some kind of idea, but I don't know if you could understand like the full scope of like what is happening here for bands. Like I feel like it's like really like help us launch it's been pivotal. Yeah.
It's like it's like the first thing that really put us into, when we got the opportunity to come here, it's the first thing that like really put us out there.
Wow.
And like we were over the moon about it. We like could not believe that we were like getting to do this thing.
Yeah, and now it's a problem because everybody comes and they're like, well, I like the Sugarshack version of the song you played better than the record. And I'm like,
oh, yeah, I'm sure you hear that a lot. Yeah.
It's that raw. We were talking about it earlier today. It's like the raw capture of it, and it's the emotion. If
like a moment.
If you bring that moment and you guys create it, it's captured, and that's what people are like. I want that.
And as a musician, it feels like pressure because it's easy to like get comfortable on stage and what you have going there, and then when you come here and things are a little bit more stripped down and like. Even just having like a couple people over here watching while you're doing this thing feels to me like scarier than playing like a big stage with a big crowd.
Yep.
So I think it's like a nice energy. It's a cool like intimate thing to share, and we really appreciate y'all having us.
Yeah,
So.
I've got a funny first Sugarshack story.
Yeah, let me hear it.
So we were coming over and we're gonna do it, right? So we're like rehearsing aggressively and we're like, we're doing this. And our buddy David Parnes at the time was like, well, you need to bring something unique, right? So we're like, well, unique, what?
He was,
he wanted us to bring the wow factor.
Wow factor.
As he said.
It's a big
pushing for you,
term.
yeah.
Big term.
And he wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
So the wow factor that we brought was an accordion.
Risky move.
That's a dicey one. That's a dicey one.
We did it. I mean, it's there.
You did it.
And fast forward a couple years, it's so funny. We had a YouTube comment recently from a very nice person, and I think it was truly heartfelt and sweet. But it was like a young girl, and she was like, I really like your music, and I really think it's really cool. And I think if you want to, like, get the younger audience, you could do this and that. And she was like, I mean, seriously, you have, like, accordions in your music.
She was like, lose the accordion.
She ripped us on the accordion. And then I had to, like, think about it for a
nice
while,
place.
and I was like, it has to be the Sugarshack. It has to be the accordion. So, anyways,
Yeah.
that was our first time here. It was awesome. We camped right down the street. I think it was the how do you say it? The Colorist?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the haunted campsite. We've camped there a couple
Oh,
times.
yeah.
Yes.
The cult.
The old cult site. We toured the whole grounds. Kopp was
Yeah.
playing the piano there and stuff. Fabian told us some like shit about like hauntings and like him picking up on
Perfect.
energies. We got to know each other. Yeah.
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 And then, fast forward from there, we got to do the Red Bull event we were talking about where we got covered in sand. We ruined the session on the beach. We played a great show. We had a great time.
And we were like, are we friends? Are we friends with these guys? Like, is this going well for us?
It was great. We slept in a giant teepee, and it was just awesome. And then we got to do some Sugarshack stuff at Reggae Rise Up, which was really awesome.
Yeah.
And then we got to
In
come back.
2019. Yep.
Yeah, and then we got to come back here again recently for our most recent session, which was just awesome. And
Yeah.
And
the
that was-
disco ball. The
Yes.
wow factor.
the
2.0.
disco ball was a thing.
And we brought our friend Ron Eisner from the Resolvers, who's doing a Sugarshack session
Yes,
soon.
the Resolvers
Yeah.
are coming.
And then
And
our friend
Sierra
Sierra
Lane.
Lane, who's just an absolute badass, and we love her. She's from our area, so we really put her on. We love Sierra Lane.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So rad.
Yeah.
Oh, it's always special hearing that side, because they hype you guys up so much. It's so mutual, all of the back and forth.
I can't believe it.
So it's always cool hearing just how you guys got to meet these guys, and I don't know. It's special.
I
It's always so
really
special.
thought Eddie was going to be mad at me about the disco ball. There was like, dude, we were like all sitting around the table at my house, and everybody's like a little drunk, and they're like, we're ordering this disco ball off Amazon.
Because it is my dream to have a disco ball for our show.
And it was this heated argument about the size of the disco ball, right? So everybody's like, I'm like, I get out a tape measure. I'm like, boys, we're talking like, you're talking like, I'm like showing them with the tape measure the size of the disco ball, right? So finally we meet in the middle at still a very large disco ball, as you know. And I'm like, okay. And we just were like, I think it's best just to get it sent straight to the Sugarshack, And Eddie sends me this video of him like pulling it out of the box. And I'm like trying to figure out how the hell they're gonna hang it. Anyway, I really thought we were gonna be in big trouble.
It's great. The pole that goes over the flagpole, that's when you installed that, right? And then now, but it's kind of worked out because we suspend lighting from it.
Yeah. So
hey,
pioneers.
Is
Yeah.
Is that a Topo Chico box up there?
It is a Topo
Right.
Chico box up there. Why is that up there?
It's a shack, okay? I got it.
It's a shack. It's a shack.
Got it.
Yeah, it's supposed to help like lightning not strike it or something, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. That seems like nope.
It's a shack solution. We call those shack solutions.
I like that.
Yeah.
But in a nutshell, we just absolutely adore everybody on the Sugarshack sessions. It is like unreal to work with cool people that I feel like are just as passionate about what they're doing as about what we're doing.
Totally.
And it's a very refreshing take on the whole, like, we play music and you do you do video or photo, because sometimes it's a very like, I don't know, it's just really cool what you guys do.
Yeah. Don't
Breaking that barrier, like there's the blend. I think because, and we've talked about this a lot, but it's because everyone's, for the most part, like musicians first. And I know like that was a big thing for Eddie. Eddie's talked about that, just being a musician first and always having that mindset, that hat on first. And so
There's just like a lot of care. I feel like it's treated like art and not content.
Yeah.
Which is really a big deal right now.
Y'all are your own band.
Yeah, you guys are
We're
your
talking
own
about
band.
this,
It
we're
really
talking about
is. It's a cool thing.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing.
It is. It's special. Why don't we do like a 1-for-1? Like I did a question off of my end, you do a question off of your end.
I don't know if we have as many. I posted mine just before we.
What? You were talking
did-
a big game.
We do have a message
I was
for
just
you.
telling you how weird
You have a
our
message
fan
for
base
me?
is, and that we
Yeah,
love
what's
them
our
for it.
message from Kevin?
Our message from
Kevin.
Kevin. Is it okay for me to say it?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
They said there were no rules, we could curse and all that.
I'm so
It
excited.
says.
Is this just any Kevin? Do I know this Kevin?
You know this Kevin.
Is this Kevin?
We'll read you the
Shields?
comment.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right, bet. I'm ready. I'm prepared.
It says, not a question, but make sure to tell Bryce that Adam likes friendship kisses.
He doesn't know that Adam's not here, but if he was,
He doesn't know.
he'd be friendship kissing you.
Because
It's a
I'm
thing,
telling
and you
him.
know what?
I'm
You're telling him
what
the story?
happened. I'm telling him what happened.
You're going to tell him what happened?
I'm
All right. It's
You feel-
2022.
Do you feel okay with that?
Yeah.
Right.
It happened to me too.
Hey, look, are you tired of waking up in the morning with a gnarly hangover from drinking too much booze? We've got a really, really awesome alternative for you. It's called Goodfellow Botanicals. Goodfellow makes euphoric, mood-enhancing, non-alcoholic teas. They're kratom-based, and right now we're offering a spiced honey citrus blended flavor. Kick back, relax, pour yourself a glass at home, at the beach, hanging out with friends, get social with it, hang out, pick up a growler. You can head over to @Goodfellow Botanicals on their Instagram to place an order to learn more about what goes into their euphoric tea blends. Enjoy, kick back, hang with us, enjoy some Goodfellow. Are we having a coming out? Is this a thing? Are
No.
we trauma survivors? Are we?
Kevin kissed Adam and Chris on the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're survivors.
Yeah.
We're
Of
survivors.
Kevin. Did
It
he
happened-
kiss
it
you
happened to
too?
you.
We're Kevin Kiss
He
survivors.
kissed you too.
Yeah, off camera. If you at the end of the podcast, that's the whole thing. At the end of the podcast, we stand up, we hug. You can't see it, and he starts going, and I'm like, "We're not doing this, are we?" He's like,
Oh yeah.
"We're doing this."
Oh, yeah.
I was like, "Fuck it. I've already opened the door. Might as well just
It's
another guy."
It
I don't
started
know.
this whole conversation in the van where like everyone who didn't get a kiss from Kevin was like, "Well, what's wrong with me?" Like, how come Chris and Adam are the
Interesting.
chosen ones?
Well, in my
Seem a little
defense-
ungrateful.
Now, time out, Doug. This isn't the whole story. First of all, there was like a real challenge on our drummer Adam's manhood, and Kevin was like, "You'll kiss me if you're a real man."
Oh, boy.
And all of a sudden,
It's like
a
the
giant
gay-shaking
crowd
thing
of
growing
like,
up,
imagine
yeah.
like
It was, like,
50 or
holding him
60
by the
people
waist.
just
Yeah.
chanting, "Kiss him, kiss him."
And there's like a foot discrepancy, and Adam's like, "No, no."
So that all happens, and I'm like, that's pretty funny. And then, like, fast forward 45 minutes later, and now Kevin has put the energy on Fabian, our bass player, and myself, and he's like, kiss Fabian! And so
He's like, you guys been friends this whole time? You never kissed on the mouth? And
so
they're
I was like, you know
"Nope."
what? I was like, I'm sparing my buddy Fabian. I just kissed Kevin, and I was like, we're done.
You're done with it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, as soon as we landed
You
at
laid on the
Chris's
sword.
house,
Yeah.
I was like,
Sacrificial, dude. Yeah.
your husband kissed another man.
Yeah. Imagine that
Oh,
conversation
Claude's-
when you get
Claude's
home.
got the picture really quick. Within minutes, Eddie was texting Claudia like, you won't believe this shit.
It's good.
I was like, how am I going to tell my wife? I don't know.
I know.
you
I
know.
came home, I was like, babe, so I'm just going to come out and say it. I kissed a guy tonight. It's like, oh, I know. I seen it.
I saw it on the live
She's like,
stream.
look, I've
oh
seen
my
Kevin.
God.
I understand. Yeah. How are you
She
going to
said
resist
she
that?
missed it.
I'm glad
yeah.
it happened, whatever. And also, Little Stranger is the coolest freaking band in the
God.
universe.
Yeah.
And they're the bomb. And their Sugarshacks are perhaps my favorite.
They're great.
Yeah.
They're all time. I feel like I fangirl for them like harder than.
Oh, yeah, I'm a total
Than anyone,
fangirl
yeah.
for them, no doubt.
what
And
do
if
got
you
over
like
there?
them, you might like our single coming out.
Oh yeah,
next
our
week.
single
Oh.
that will be out by the time this
It'll
happens.
be out. It will be.
So
It'll
it's
be
called
out.
"When I Wanna," featuring Kevin from Little Stranger. We're really stoked on it. So
Oh, yeah. I realized as
Yeah.
I was saying that I have no
You're
idea
fine.
when this interview comes out. Yeah.
We're good.
the
Well,
song
what do
comes
you-
out
what do you
soon,
got
though,
for
Yeah,
us?
so-
I got a good one here. This is from Lisa right here. This is a good one. Lisa.
Uh-oh. Okay, no pressure.
How does Logan put up with living the dude life with her bandmates? Pros and cons.
Oh, well, I'll answer this one for Logan.
You kind of, I mean, at times
No,
you
no,
probably
go
feel
ahead.
like you're in a similar situation.
Yeah.
This is why you want to know. The people want to know.
I think I know exactly what she'll say, and that is that while you all think you have it figured out, Logan is, in fact, a dude.
No, I think I
She's tougher than the rest of us.
well, I was gonna go in a different direction. I think I smell the worst. I think
Similar but different.
yeah. I think I don't know. We have a great time, and I do probably.
That was a very questioning great time. That was like, yeah,
No,
great time.
I do. No, well, I mean, that wasn't what the question asked. That's what I was thinking. It's like
Yeah, pros and cons.
pros and cons. I mean,
As
I
the
grew
theme,
up
yeah.
having mostly like guy friends to begin with, not to be like that girl. But you know, I'm used to hanging out with a bunch of dudes, and these dudes in particular are like some of the most respectful, sweet, and like generally pretty clean people.
Hey.
You know, we have some rules in place to keep things from
That's
getting like too
important.
gnarly.
That's important.
And yeah, I mean the pros are that I feel like we don't talk too much about our feelings. And and that I always feel really safe.
Yeah.
You know, I always feel really safe because even though I think none of these guys would hurt a fly, like nobody else knows that.
Yeah.
So
We're very tough. We're
but
very
there-
tough,
There
dude.
is that sense of protection.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice to feel like you're a part of the pack.
yeah, it's nice to be part of a pack. They're hilarious. I don't know. I feel like the gender thing doesn't like really come up so much.
I don't think so.
The gender thing doesn't really come up so much for us. I mean, it's obvious. Like I'm a girl and they're guys, but for
Right?
the most part,
Yeah, right?
like
Yeah, it's
I feel like
obvious.
Yeah,
it's-
like
it's fine.
you don't experience a lot of tension points with
No,
it.
I
There's
don't-
got to be some cons. There's got to be some times.
There's sometimes. I mean, you know, but even that stuff doesn't have much to do with like gender. Like Adam snores like really loud.
Yeah, that could be anybody.
That could be
anybody.
that could be anybody.
It's a
What do you,
personal
help
issue.
me out.
yeah.
I'm having a
Snoring's
hard time.
a tough one.
I've-
What have
I
you done
am-
for that?
I
Just
honestly
earplugs,
think the
or what do
question-
you-
I mean, the trick is to
just-
fall asleep before Adam.
Yes.
Yes. Fall asleep before Adam. And then the boys will do like a ritual like joint before bed. Sometimes that's my time to shine. I can rip my makeup off, shower, get in bed, and try and be asleep before
They wind down. Yeah.
before the snoring happens. What else? I feel like maybe, you know what the problem is now we've been home for the holidays. I'm romanticizing
Yes,
tour
you
life.
can't remember.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
ask us
it's
this
just
again.
so
30.
wonderful.
Ask us this
If you ask
33
me-
days
yeah.
from now at the end of the Bump and Uglies
I'm
run,
like,
and let's
it's
see
the
if there's any
worst.
critique.
But no, I feel like I think we get along like pretty well.
We're very lucky.
When I get
don't
my
know.
period,
That's
I'm
great.
like, I'm pretty vocal about it. I'm
Yeah.
like pretty mean and whiny, but I
Yeah.
let them know that's what's
Danger.
going on. I
That's
use
good.
that as like a great time to just be a bitch.
Just get it
They
all
don't
out of
ever
your
even
system.
they don't even have that excuse. So that's actually a pro for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really all I got. I think
We just
right now.
act bitchy periodically.
Yeah,
It's bound to happen.
Absolutely.
It's bound to happen.
yeah.
This is a great one from All Day Reggae 311.
All right,
That's
let's do it.
Canadian.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you had to spend 24 hours as another member of Ass, who would you pick?
Oh, that's a great question.
That is
That is such a good question.
Tim.
Oh, wow. All right. Oh, man.
Okay, well, honestly, I'm not picking you.
That's fine. I'm not picking you either. Man. How could we? We can't pick each other. We're here in the pod.
I can't pick Chris because Chris is doing a lot of stuff that I don't want to do. And honestly,
24 hours?
Fabian too. Fabian's doing a lot of stuff I don't want to do. I think
Who are you doing?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go. You go first.
Damn, but I don't want to pick the same person.
Such a good question.
This is a
the
great
best
question, Freddie Band. All right, I think I am going to
you be
spend... No, I'm going 24 hours in Chris Kopp's shoes.
I was thinking it.
Our keyboard player, he's just amazing. He's a beautiful looking guy. People just love him. And I just think it'd be a good day.
You just have a good day.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going as Adam.
Okay, yeah.
Other people are helping me load my gear in. He loads his gear in. He has the most gear. But
He
other
does.
people also help him load it
He's
in.
got assistants.
He remembers
Yep.
everyone's name.
Oh.
If I met you
That's
this
his
evening, I
superpower.
have forgotten your name without a shadow of a doubt. Adam is like our binder full of like everyone's name and everything.
Wow.
I think it would be cool. Like we'll see somebody we met for 15 minutes at a gas station. Adam's like, Spencer, what's up, my boy? And that would be cool. It would be cool to be that tall. It would be cool.
Drumming is fun, too.
Drumming seems cool.
True.
He has like a sense of grandeur and sometimes like another sense of reality that I think would be interesting to experience
Yeah.
for a minute. So that's going to be it for me. It's going to be Adam.
Wow, we're going to be Adam and
So
Kopp.
great.
Yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Fun fact, Chris Kopp and I have the same middle name. Can you guess it, Bryce? No. Of course you can't, because there's a million names in the world.
We're gonna be here for a long time.
We both have
give
the
one
middle
guess.
really
Give
quick.
one
We
guess.
both are Christopher with the middle name Edward.
Dude, he could have
My
guessed.
middle name is Edward.
No. You see?
Nobody is it's like two
Yeah, I need to
wows
fist
out
bump.
there.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know we're far away. But this was not ideal. All right.
Sorry.
All right. We have to
all
do
right.
this one. We got to do this one because we got to give the plug. Greg's in the house from Pineapple Cast Official.
Hey there, buddy. Thank you for the shirt. I'm very excited to wear it.
Thanks
You know,
for
I love a
grilling.
crop
Thanks for
top.
grilling for everybody.
Yeah, and was grill master of the Traeger Grill today. Thank you. Shout out.
It was
Amazing food
delicious.
today, bro. Thank
Yeah.
you. They have an amazing podcast in their own right in St. Pete. Make sure you give it a listen. They're on Spotify. Is that like the best place to point in Apple Music? But Spotify app, DSPs, Pineapple Cast, and you got how many episodes do you have now? 78.
Dude, you're killing
They're
it. That's
veterans.
awesome.
They're veterans.
I haven't
so-
done 78 anything.
Me neither.
Yeah,
Right?
That's amazing.
Yeah. So give it a listen, give it a follow. They're homies. But Greg's all-time question that he asks everyone, I figured we just needed to go ahead and make
Yeah,
it
you gotta-
happen, is if you were a professional wrestler, what would you name? What would your name be, and what would your intro music be?
Wow. This
All
is
right,
an
I
indoor.
love this question.
Andor, is that fair? Do you want both? You want both?
Whatever they give.
Whenever they give it. Yeah, that's good. You got
All
variety
right,
here.
I'm going. My name's going to be Cosmic Thunder, and I'm walking out to Moby Dick by Led Zeppelin.
She had that shit locked and loaded.
All right, buddy.
Damn.
She's just like,
I'm like at a total.
I like that question.
uh,
That's a good one.
Full disclosure, I've never been a fan of pro wrestling.
God,
Nothing
don't say
against
that.
it. I'm just saying I don't have an idea for a name. I don't know. Shit, dude, this is really like there's a lot of people watching
Chris
me
the
right now. I
Crusher.
don't know.
You could, I don't know.
Dude, I don't know.
I'm gonna help you out. I'm
What
gonna
do
help
you-
you out.
can you
think
name
of the
me?
song,
Can
I'm
you
gonna
name
you.
me?
If you think of the song, I'm gonna name you.
All right.
Oh, that's a good. What would your walkout music be?
It depends on the name. I got to do the
That's true.
song first and then the name.
It's got to be a tandem thing. Like you just got to be thinking
be
while I'm
thinking.
thinking. I can't
Dude,
talk
this
and think.
sucks. I don't even know what people walk out to anything.
Something intense. What's gonna hype you up to go roll around with some dude?
Some Maroon 5. No, I'm just kidding.
Get that Kenny G going.
Shit, dude. I'm just kicking this
I'm
one down
trying
the
to think of
road.
an
I don't know, dude. I got
That's
nothing,
fine.
man.
That's
I'm sorry.
fine.
I'm just like
Logan
a peaceful
stole your
dude.
thunder on
Yeah.
that. You know why?
Logan
Because
is
she's
ready.
Cosmic Thunder.
Yes.
Bryce, my boy.
She would absolutely just suplex me in the middle of this, and
I did.
that's like the one
just
wrestling
did.
term I could conjure up. Yeah.
Gnarly Videography asks,
That's Joey Crook.
how many
Yep.
times has a band member been left behind on accident?
Oh, well, no, we've never left anybody. We faked it. We faked that we left Chris Kopp in
Yeah.
Texas one time for a video.
And there were plenty of times we would like to,
But you've never left
but
someone
we have
behind.
never
No,
left someone.
no, we never left anybody behind.
Not even
No.
on accident.
Not
Nope.
even on accident.
Nope.
It kind of goes that we rotate one person that like everyone's kind of mad at, and if you think about it and you're like, I don't think I'm mad at anyone right now, it's you. You're the one that everyone's mad at.
Yeah.
And that's the person that we would all leave behind.
There is a video on
Wow.
YouTube called
Yeah.
"We Left Kopp in Texas, but we didn't."
We didn't,
It was fake. We were acting.
you know.
The whole thing was staged.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't tell them.
Embarrassingly.
We're terrible actors, it's pretty clear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll be able to tell.
All right, y'all got anything for me? You got any questions for me? I mean, I've got more. They're
No,
good.
you just go with yours. Just
Yeah,
go with
come
yours.
on,
I'm gonna
yeah.
break my seal being on my phone. It's not good.
Yeah, we don't want to. Yeah.
Where do Logan and Adam get their wardrobe from, and how hard is it to pack for a tour?
Adam gets his wardrobe from Vitamin C
C
Brewing
Brewing.
and Walmart.
I don't know what Adam
that
wears,
mean?
so I don't. You know.
No. Okay, well, a little context. There's a wonderful brewing company called Vitamin C Brewing. They have sent many shirts to our drummer Adam. He lives primarily in those t-shirts. He alternates between those and a Bumpin' Uglies tank top he was given. And yeah, that's pretty much his wardrobe.
Like
And
all
then-
of the boys are pretty much living in free stuff. Well, you and Adam are pretty much living in free stuff.
I love free shirts.
Faves
If
and
anybody's
Kopp
out there,
are a little more
yeah.
fashion-centered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw your fit. I was like, we were on the same wavelength.
Yeah, most of this is free, straight
fly
up.
shit. Yep.
Actually, I'm gonna be honest.
These are your
Everything but the
grandpa's.
shoes are free. Yeah, I got these socks for Christmas. These pants are my granddad's. I was given this Alice Cooper T-shirt. I don't know where I got this, so probably free. Yeah, so I bought the shoes. It's true. It's embarrassing, but it's true.
It's not embarrassing. It's like what's that? Recycled, like thrifted, whatever, and it's fly.
We're just hanging in there, bro. You know,
just trying to hold
if
on.
you got a clothing brand and you're like, hey, these guys are all right, psh, send it our way. I'm a
Yeah.
large.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That was a good
I
plug.
mean, you guys. I feel like probably even you, like you've got like a glam look on stage, but I feel like you are very streamlined. You're like, yo, gotta pack light, gotta be mobile, gotta like. No.
I pack light.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
no,
mis-
I'm
I
in.
Fabian's laughing. I
misjudged.
guess not.
No, I think Logan packs really light, and honestly, she looks. She has a very unique style. She has a lot of clothes that can function for multiple purposes. Like for
Yes.
example, she has a sleeping bag that's also a jacket.
It's pretty cool. It's
That's
like a
what I'm
dress.
saying.
It's more of a
Wow.
dress. I wear a lot.
A
There's
dress,
a lot of
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that I wear. It's like PJs that I will just put jeans on with. Like
Or
pretty much
wear 'em
my
on
uniform
stage.
is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sorry,
so I'm
sorry.
like jeans and like crop tops. Like pretty much anything you give me, I'm gonna cut it.
Yep.
And then I get some stuff. I like. There's two vintage stores that I really like. There's one called Stitches and Rags in Lake Worth, and there's another one called July Jam. That's a good friend of ours, and they give me like some really cool stuff. Like July Jam gives me cool stuff, and then Stitches and Rags. I'm a sucker for a good thrifted deal. And then like this is probably from Urban Outfitters or something. So I do a little bit of the fast fashion in there, but I'm trying to cut that out.
Yeah.
And then other than that, it's like just whatever I can scrap together, I guess. Yeah.
It's good. So, but, how much do you pack for a tour? Do you feel like you pack a lot? No. You said no, not too bad.
Dude, super reasonable, dude. I
Yeah.
think it kind of comes back to the whole like, how do you deal with the dude thing? Because I think Logan's like just really.
You've been so nice.
I don't know. I'm just saying it's very reasonable. It's not like she's bringing like tons of suitcases or something. I don't think she brings any more than anybody else, to be honest. Sometimes I'm like, yo, you got enough outfits for tour? What's going on? She's like, I'm just gonna wear these pajamas on stage. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I just roll with it.
Some
Yeah.
days you just gotta wear
That would be
pajamas with
Claudia.
attitude.
Yeah.
I would Claudia be like, no, it's cool. I got these sweatpants. We're good. Be like, bet.
She and I can just tell we're boys. I can just tell. On the spot, we were making a lot of good eye contact. Some people you just know you're friends with.
Yeah.
So
Also, we have a very real cargo limitation that we're talking about
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So it's just, it is what it is.
yeah, I don't think it's too over the top. It's cool. I have like a checklist that I have as
it's
far
nice.
as like other stuff that I bring. Like I bring cups on the road to like do cupping on the boys. I try and remember to bring like fingernail clippers because oftentimes they do not. Socks, you can't
Yeah.
forget socks. Like weird.
There's some weird stuff that you're like, Damn, I don't have any fingernail clippers right now. That's tragic.
Yeah. So,
That's a
I
bad
got a
one.
little checklist, which is like pretty out of character for me to be that organized about anything, but I think that really streamlines the process. Fabian is always the first one packed, like 3
Oh
days
my God.
beforehand.
Organized.
He's
right?
organized. His
You'd
shit is
think
folded
so.
so nicely. Like he's
That's
got
me.
little
I
bags.
would be like you.
Yeah.
You and I are the same. Like
He'll
that.
like
Well-
4 days before. I'll be like, oh, what do you? Because we keep the trailer. I live in Chris's backyard in a guest cottage.
Yeah.
And we
We're
keep the trailer
what
at
we
the
call
house.
lot boys.
Lot boys.
Lot boys.
He's my landlord. So
Nice. Cool setup.
and so far, it's working pretty well. But
Knock
if I
on
see
this,
Fabian at the
wicker.
house where we keep the trailer, I'll be like, "What are you doing here, man?" And he's like, "Oh, me, I'm just finished packing for tour." I'm like, "Fuck you!
Well-
I haven't even started." So
Well, Fabian keeps his clothes. He folds them, and also he just got given one of those shirt folder things for Christmas. He doesn't even need it. It's like robotic, dude. It's like all folded perfectly. But a fun story about Fabian on the last tour: he packed all his shit several days in advance.
Forgot jeans.
Only brought sweatpants. Forgot all of his actual jeans or any pants that an adult wears in public.
every night he's like, "I'm in my jammies. Is this cool?" And we're like,
So
"That's not really, but you
sometimes
don't
the
have any
best
fucking
laid
pants,
plans
so-
are foiled. So you know what I mean?
Wow, that
That
how bad
happened,
Did
dude.
that suck, bro?
Yeah, it sucked.
Huh?
But he's still fashion. Like, look at the man. He's still just fashion head to toe.
He pulled it off.
Did
It
you
was
get
fine.
some jeans like on the road?
We let
No.
Kopp let him wear some pants every now and then when it was like of consequence.
You just did it. You did the whole deal.
Ride through it.
How long?
maybe
How
a
long
month
was
or
that? It
more.
was like a month.
4 weeks.
I probably would. I don't
At
know,
important
bro. I'd be like,
festivals
"Can we
and
stop at
things?"
Walmart? Can I get some dickies?
No, Kopp gave him some pants at important engagements. We gave him, we let him borrow some pants and stuff. Yeah,
Good. Nice.
Yeah.
we're not
Shout
cruel
out
like
to you, bro. Nice.
Yeah.
You made that shit work.
Yeah, when you're all swagged out, you're just swagged out.
Yeah, you're fine. You'll be all right.
Yeah. You're just like, I'm in a band. People
He
are
looks
like, "Oh, okay,
cooler than
cool, right
both
this
of
way."
us. He's not even on.
He's
camera.
more prepared for the
Yeah, he
interview
looks
than
way-
either
yeah.
of us. Yeah. Yeah.
So funny.
All right.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Well, what you got? No, I mean, what you got?
What
Dude,
what
come
do I-
on.
all
Open
right.
the phone and let's see what these people
What
are
if it's
asking.
nothing? I did this pretty late in the game, honestly.
They were talking a big talk about this.
Someone
earlier.
says, "What's your
Now-
favorite song to play live?" Chris.
Oh,
Oh.
Bryce, you can answer too.
favorite song to play live? Well, it's always changing, of course. I think as musicians, we get bored with stuff and we're always excited for the new stuff. So I think one of my favorite songs right now is Dissolve. I like playing Dissolve. I
Dissolve's
think
cool.
it smacks real hard.
We just added Stayed. Like, we just released that song and we've only played it live once, but that thing is smacking. I'm
Yeah.
really stoked for that.
Do you return back to songs like, so, you'll, I don't want to say burn one out, you write when you're excited about it and you really are in it, and then obviously there comes a certain point in time where you're like, I've listened to this song a lot, I've played it a lot, but does it ever resurrect?
Our catalog, I don't even think is big enough.
I was going to
Yeah.
say the same thing. I was
Yeah.
like, we don't have any freaking songs, man. We got to
Yeah,
scrape them all
true.
together to make a show happen.
But I'd like to think that yes.
That
Yeah,
it
maybe
could,
someday-
right?
maybe
That
someday
you
that'll
get
happen.
excited about it again,
Yeah.
Perhaps in our next podcast interview with you a couple years down the road, we'll be like, Bryce, you
let me
know
know?
what? Yeah.
Yeah.
That song came
Will you
back.
have us back?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
We're
somebody
banned.
wants to know who went to college.
Oh. Like, all right, just the
general?
two of us? Well, we both went to college.
I went to 4 colleges. I failed out of all of them. So,
What'd you go to college for?
I don't know.
No,
You
four.
never made it, you never selected it.
4 of them.
No, no.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I don't know I don't know. My parents
Yeah.
wanted me to go, so I went. I think now if I were to go, I'd go for mycology or sex therapy. Yeah.
I did go to college, and I wanted to be a music major. I quickly stopped doing that, and I got a degree in geography. And as you can tell, I've used
navigator.
Really? Like, legitimately? Like,
that.
you're
Yeah,
not doing
no, I'm really quite often
He's
lost.
like,
You're-
geography is not about navigation. That's cartography.
It's actually not. This is a regular argument in the van, straight up.
It's true. I see what you're saying, though. 2 different things. Like, they didn't teach me how to read a compass.
Listen, I had to
Although-
pivot. I did what I did. I'm back here playing music. It's fine. It's.
And then Fabian, you went to college.
Yes, we're FAU alumni, Fabian and I.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Adam went for
you
a
go.
minute. I think Kopp went for a second, right?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. All right, somebody says, who's the best driver?
Well, depends on what direction you're going, forward or backwards. You tell me.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Because
Fabian.
wait, I have a question.
Okay.
Trailer and van?
Yeah, that's what we're talking, I think,
Yeah.
right? Because if they're asking us, they're not asking us like who's driving around their individual cars better, right?
Yeah.
Because you're talking about having to like back that shit up and like parallel park and.
All right, Adam's gonna be real mad at me, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that Adam's the worst driver, and I don't think it's his fault. I just think he's been at the helm when some unfortunate things have happened.
Over
Oh,
and
but he's
over
been
again,
labeled.
over and over again.
Losing fenders,
drive, so-
this and that,
this
denting
and that.
bumpers. It could happen to anybody, but he was at the helm.
I'm gonna say your best forward driver, Fabian is best reverse driver.
Wow. All right.
And
Shit.
something you gotta know is that Fabian, every time he backs up the trailer, we play "Chariots of Fire," that
Yeah.
theme song, which
It's
is
a
like
very serious thing we do.
bum, 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 bum,
Yeah.
bum. Very dramatic moment every time.
When you back up the trailer.
Yeah.
It's like load
Fabian,
in.
I'm going to tell you right now that if we needed to, Fabian could drive our van and trailer reverse home from here now.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
There's just something about it. You've like figured it out. You understand like the turn and just how to work it.
He's
It's
like
good for you, man.
torqued for it.
That
He
shit's
loves
hard.
it. Yeah.
That shit's hard.
He actually had to do a very intense reverse on our first Sugarshack journey now that I'm thinking about it. Remember he pulled off on that
tight
one-lane
road,
dirt road and then we were stuck
Yes.
in the
No, that was on
RV in the
way
trailer?
To the Red Bull thing.
Oh, on the Red Bull thing.
Which I guess
well,
was
it's a
a
Sugarshack.
Sugarshack.
Anyways, the point is the man can back a trailer up. It's like watching Einstein solve equations.
Wow.
It's amazing.
I'm asking. And
You
now
watch me
I'm
do
just
it,
gonna
and
ask
I
you
mean, I
questions
create a
Oh.
group of people laughing at me. I'm like just back and forth, just like this, like zigzags until I find.
I would just have a panic attack. I don't know, like under pressure, like everyone's watching anytime
Yeah.
you back this stuff up.
Some of us attempt, like Adam will be like, "I'll do it," you know, and then he'll either nail it or he'll be like,
It's always
"Fuck
a
it," and
meltdown.
Fabian does it, yeah, or like Chris Kopp will try it. Chris Kopp will go back and forward like twice, and then he just like yells and throws it in park and like gets out, and Fabian. So, anyways, Fabian's our guy
It
in
would be
reverse.
me. I would be Chris.
Okay. Someone says, I'm going to just fire these at you. Can
Okay.
I interview him for a
Yeah,
second?
please.
All right, okay.
Oh gosh.
Um,
Okay.
somebody, I feel like we have to answer this because it's a common question. And it's on you because you named the band.
Did I?
Well, I didn't. I was the last member
All right.
to join
What's the
this
name of the band? Right. That's the question.
What's the name mean?
As I mentioned earlier, we went through a series of a bajillion singers, and we were very much working with a lot of Caribbean singers from all different places, and the word article in Jamaican patois means like the best or something really good.
Got it.
Right? And so a previous drummer in the article world was like, I dream of having this band called Article. And so we named the band Article, right? But then there was like all these other articles, like nobody could find it. So we had to tag Sound System on it so everybody could find it, you know? And that's the story of the name, straight up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Who's the biggest nerd in the band? Somebody asked this.
That's also situational and what
Like what
I think we're
subject?
all really big nerds in the band. I
Yeah,
think
I don't
it
think
depends
any of
on
us are very cool. I'm sorry to like break any sort of illusion, but none of us are very cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess
Yeah.
I don't think we have like I mean I know that Chris Kopp, although we both share this trait, we like to watch like old Star Trek, but like I don't think that we have like a traditional
Oh, you
nerd.
just threw 'em out
That's
there like
nerdy.
that.
I threw myself out there. I said I
Yeah.
like it too. Picard's my guy. But it's like, you know, I don't know. Fabian's very nerdy though. He's like very, you know, in a good way. I mean, in like an endearing
Yeah.
way.
I read
he's,
the
he's our
dictionary
tech
and
guy.
had like a wheelie bag when I was younger.
Oh yeah.
I for sure had like
That's
no
nerdy.
friends. That's
Yeah.
pretty nerdy.
Yeah, so you nerd out on topics that you find you're personally
Yes.
passionate about,
Yes.
like. But in your own right, you all get. You
We're
nerd
pretty
out.
nerdy, dude. Yeah.
We're pretty nerdy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we nerd out. We all nerd out.
Yeah.
Got to inner nerd.
You have to,
Gotta
dude.
let it out.
How are we doing here, Bryce? How you feeling about this whole thing?
Great.
You feel good about this?
I'm personally very upset by how cool your mic is and how regular ours is.
Yeah, like what's going on? Well, who makes that mic?
All right, well, I didn't make this decision. Like day one, Eddie was like, "I want to use this fucking gold mic for these podcasts." I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it."
It's
All
very
right,
cool.
whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
And
you
then-
gave us betas.
They give us betas.
Yeah.
I love a beta.
It's good.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for taking the time
Thank you
to
for
sit
having
down
us.
Dude.
and chat and talk. We're so excited just for everything that you guys have going on. I mean, everywhere we go, at least since I've joined the team, I mean, your name as a band is brought up. We were at a folk Americana festival, and we see Artikal Sound System T-shirts, and people coming up
What?
to us in Artikal shirts and saying,
We love
the
folk
Black-
Americana.
Yeah. It was at the Black Puma
Yeah.
show. People walking up saying, "I love the Sugarshack. You got Sugarshack, an Article," and they're following you. And I'm like, we ain't even at a reggae festival. Like, it's just so you guys are hot right now, and you're just doing a lot of cool stuff, and it's really cool to sit down tonight and just talk, and we're excited for your journey and where you're headed, you know?
Thank you.
Damn.
You're a wonderful interviewer. This was amazing.
Cool.
We love everyone here. Thank you guys. This is very special.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bryce, you're the man. Thank you so much, and thank you to everybody on the Sugarshack team. It's just the top
Thank
of the
you
top.
guys. Awesome. Well, that's a wrap. And hey, we just want to thank you guys for listening tonight. And make sure that you subscribe on YouTube if you haven't. Like the channel. Follow Artikal Sound System on Instagram. And make sure you're sharing this episode. It'll be streaming on Spotify, Apple Music. Special thank you again to all of our sponsors. Statement Piece, True Leaf. Once again, thank you to Traeger Grills for sending us an awesome Ironwood 885. It's been amazing. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time on the Sugarshack podcast. Much love.
That's awesome. That was exciting.
Damn, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
Let's do another.
I'm tired. Another one?
Bryce, thank you so much. Yes, you're the man. Thank you so much. Yeah, cheers. Yeah.